Hello, students. So we will continue with the chapter number 1. We are going to discuss the qualitative aspects of accounting. So what are the qualitative aspects of accounting information? The first thing to discuss about this is what are qualitative aspects? So by the name itself, it says it is a quality or qualitative aspect of my accounting information which I am going to tell my users. So what are the qualities of the accounting information is what is being discussed over here. So the first quality, it should ensure relevance. Okay, so the first qualitative aspect of accounting information is that the information must be relevant. When I say relevant, it means it should be relatable. It means whatever information is being provided by the firm, by the business, to the people who are using this information, it should be relatable. It should be something which is of the current time period. Okay, so I'll write it. It should be something of the current time period under study. Okay, this means we can have transactions in our business unit, in our business's accounting, which we can be writing down of maybe over a year as well. But when we talk of accounting in the business, we are supposed to write down accounting information of the financial year. This means the financial year ends or it has a span of 12 months. That is from 1st April to 31st March of the next year. So all this information which we are noting down in our accounting, in the books of accounts, in the journal, in all those things which we had spoken of, which we prepare in a financial year, this must be relatable to that financial year. Okay, this must be relatable to the financial year. It shouldn't be that I, in my accounts, note down things which are of the past period. Maybe let's say I have within this year bought a machine of 6 lakh rupees. Now this machine is bought say on 1st of July 2025. Suddenly I realize that in the past I had bought, let's say, land of 10 lakh rupees. This was bought on 1st of July 2024. Now, since we're talking of 12 months, my 12 months are lying in the range of 1st April 2025 to 31st March 2026. So this belongs to this time period. This belongs to this time period. But when I'm talking of the past, when I'm talking of this land being purchased on 1st of July 2024, this doesn't belong to this time period. So, purchase of these two will be recorded, but the purchase of the machine will be recorded in the current financial year. And the purchase of the land, this would have been recorded in the last financial year. Okay, we cannot use accounting to account for things which were done in the past. We cannot do accounting of a purchase. As we have seen on the screen, we have shown the purchase of land in the past year, but we cannot show it in the current year. So this kind of a characteristic, we will say accounting information possesses. That is to say, we have to note down all the relevant items in the relevant year itself. It should be relatable in the time period which is under study. Okay. So this is the first point. The next, understandability. By this we mean accounting information must be easy to understand. Now, when I say easy to understand, it implies that for a layperson, that means any person who doesn't know accounting also, for that person, it would be understandable when we write down some notes. By notes, I mean some kind of guidelines as to what we are doing. Let's say, for example, in my accounting, I'm talking about a term which is depreciation. Now, by the term, we understand this means it is the fall in the value of a tangible fixed asset. So, this is one term mentioned in my accounting information. When I'm doing my accounting, I have written this term depreciation is calculated at the rate of 10% per annum. Okay. Now, over here, I also mention by the method in which it is calculated. Let's say straight line method. For a person who looks at this term depreciation showing up in my accounting, in my calculations, what I've done, this would be not understandable. But for making things easy, what have I done? I have written this. It is written. It is calculated at 10% per annum by straight line method. So this itself is signifying that I have given some extra information, which is making things understandable. Otherwise, the calculation part of it or the accounting part of it would not have been understood by any layperson who doesn't understand accounting. Okay, the next. Next, we will talk about reliability. Now, reliability means how authentic it is. So, accounting information must be authentic. This implies there must be substantial proof to provide evidence, which also means I'll explain this with an example. So let's say there is a transaction in my accounting which I have written purchased land for 10 lakh. Okay, purchase land for 10 lakh. Now, what is the proof that I purchased this? I have shown this in my accounting of my business that I have spent 10 lakh rupees. That means cash has gone out of my business. Let's say 10 lakh was the amount for purchasing this land. So 10 lakh has gone out of my cash balance. Now, what is the proof that I purchased this actually? So the proof is the purchase deed. This acts as my proof. Another example, let's say I purchase goods for 10,000. What is the proof? If I purchase from somebody, I may have either purchased by paying cash or I may have purchased it on credit. Credit is a term which means we have purchased it on borrowing. We have not paid for it. So this is like unpaid. Credit means unpaid. Or we'll better write it as yet to be paid. So there are two possibilities. Either we purchase in cash by paying cash or we purchase on credit. Now, if we purchase by any of these ways, think about this. Anyone selling you some goods in any of these ways will sell it by giving you something in writing. So this something in writing is what? Something in writing will be a bill. Okay. Or it will be an invoice. These are all terms which act as proof. These are all paper documents which act as proof that you have purchased something. Like, for example, you purchase a television. How do you claim the warranty? With the bill. How do you register your product? With the bill. That acts as proof. So here also, these two act as proof. In the case of business, you will use or you will write your accounting information which is reliable. And when you say reliable, that means it can be proved by providing the proof documents, which in this case would be either a bill or an invoice. Okay. So we have seen reliability, we have seen understandability, we have seen relevance. Another one, let's see. The fourth one is comparability. So accounting information must be comparable. This information or this accounting must be able to be compared. Accounting done must be able to be compared. If we are comparing things, what does it help us with? Comparing things helps us in improving. What does it help in improving? It helps us in improving our performance. So let's say we have written creditors. Okay. Sometime back I explained what does credit mean. Credit meant some goods or assets taken but not paid for. Okay. So credit meant some goods or assets which were taken but they were not paid for. So what are creditors? So creditors are those people, in this case, who we have taken things from, which are goods or assets, and not paid them. So creditors are people who have not been paid up yet. People who have not been paid up yet. Now, when I say people, it can also mean businesses. So either you buy it from a person or you buy it, you can say, I bought it from XYZ company. And those people or those businesses you have not paid. They've just given it on credit to you. So let's say in our example, we are saying we're talking about comparability. So in the year 2000, this financial year 2025, 26, we have creditors of, let's say, 1 lakh. And in the year 2024, 25, we have creditors of 50,000. Now, these two figures I'm talking at the end of the year. So at the end of the year, when our financial year closes, when we made that, which we had spoken of, the profit and loss account, which helped us to calculate our profit and loss in the business, and the balance sheet, which helped us to calculate our financial position of the business. In that, we saw that we had creditors of 1 lakh in the current year, whereas in the previous year we had of 50,000. So what is this saying? This means that we are still yet to pay up more people in this current financial year. We are yet to pay people an amount of 1 lakh instead of 50,000 last year. This is the current year, which means that our liability or the amount which we are yet to pay to people, which is like a burden to us, has increased. So our liability has increased in which year? In the current year. So our current year's liability is more. So, how have we seen this? How have we concluded this? We have said it when we have compared our accounting information. So, these are 4 characteristics of accounting, and you will see these are talking about the features of accounting which help us to do better accounting. This was the last topic of this chapter. We will stop here and we will get on to the next chapter, which talks about the terms of accounting. So, till then, go through these 2 videos of the first chapter, understand the first chapter, and whatever may be your doubts, you can question, put it in the comments, discuss what has been spoken of and what you have not understood. Do like, share, subscribe, and when you subscribe, do hit that bell icon in order to get notifications for all the videos that get uploaded. All the best.